This is my tunic. This makes me young, makes me feel like a schoolgirl. Most of them are my favorite shoes. Like when I want to go high, it's also one of my favorite shoes. This on, ooh, I turn heads. And the kids just go like screaming. I dress it down with it and I just look different. I am Pinky, a different woman who's very strong, who lives like anybody else, who likes attention, who likes to be loved, who talks a lot. I'm a person who loves clothing, shoes. I always like to be smart. And I'm quite strong, I must say it. Though I have my days where I become sick. And when I get sick, I get mad.
You don't find a lot of people that are courageous enough to stand up here and do what the lady that I'm going to introduce to you now is prepared to do.
My name is Pinky. Pinky. Soweto. I'm from Soweto. And I'm living with HIV. Baie mense sê hulle condoms gebruik. Hulle sê nie 100% sure, maar ek sê dit is, dit help nog aan.
What I would do, Mutaveri, I did a sexy country.
A condom.
A condom. What I would Musari Agusin.
Wow, what's it?
Wow, get out, how should miss a condom? Why should miss our enter? Because you should miss 3 condom.
Mubani.
If it's a man. If it's a matter, why? Penny, your breath again. Your breath, and it was a more. So, here, spamsa, and then, current to you, was a more. You walk a rapid spam still at the club.
I was pennies IP, Lima. Didn't you for it? Who hear my more? This is news to me into a relay. Net so success nie maklik om mense te sien wat HIV is of wat AIDS het partykeer. Ek het dit nou vir 7 jaar en ek het kanker vir 9 jaar. Cancer ya marrow. Marg kanker. Ngayenze into bathi marrow transplant. My brother gave me marrow and they put it in me. Manje every month bengithola igazi, ipayinti yegazi. Khona igazi khona lapha elabhetha. Ngithole blood transfusion. Because baie blame julle oor het alleen net vir die paar minute. Ek hoop ons gaan almal kondomies en ek hoop ons gaan nie ons kinders wegjag nie. As hulle sê hulle is siek. Op die vrou. Disclosure to me means it's like educating the nation. Like with us, most of us ignore it and say, there's nothing like this, it won't affect me. So when I disclose, people just think like, wow, so this thing is there.
In our black community, when you come out and say I'm HIV positive, it's the end of you. We don't want you next to us. We don't want to hear your suggestion. To us, you know, you're like a living corpse. We knew it in the family. All of a sudden, we heard it from street, you know. And like I tried to ask the guys, where did you get that? They said, your mother told us. So I was trying to protect her, saying, no, it's not true. Then they'll say, but she told us.
Condom suits. Is it 3 beers?
The worst thing, we used to sell fat cakes at home. The business started to go down. It wasn't running smoothly because there was these rumors that, you know, when you're HIV, if you could touch food, like when you come maybe to buy, definitely you'll also be infected. You know what's happening to us as the family members, especially for my father. It's been so difficult for that man.
I thought I'm the next. I had to go in for a checkup. And luckily, the doctor said, no, it's in touch. I'm still okay.
You know, his life is no longer the same, you know. Because now people are observing each and every movement he's taking. When he has cough or cold or whatever, they're just starting to judge now. Oh, it's apparently the HIV thing. It's coming out now. Because definitely, if the wife is HIV positive, he has to be HIV positive.
It affects his family too. It affects his sisters. It affects his cousins to think their brother is staying with an infected woman.
Like when I bring my friends at home who visits me, I make sure that I don't see my mother, because when they are with my mother, when I just leave them for 2 minutes, my mother already has told them that, oh, you know what, me, I'm HIV positive and I'm proud about it, and you know. And the minute when I come back, my friends have changed already. I just have to figure out that, okay, fine, my mother told them. And I've lost so much of my friends in my life because of this thing.
So is there any questions, Madam Akokai? People mean it, it's fra.
So I want to know, how does people look here in the street?
They point at me, especially the small kids. And I go to them and say, a friend with AIDS is what? Still my friend. They'll say scum because I heard it. But I don't get cross. Go to tip. Tip. Ek het ook so lank gevat, my kinders het my so gelag. Sê maar wat doen jy met die tipai? So lelik vir groot mense. I'm too when I'm ponse my knees. Kilo pai sama. Kar kya tha? Nobody encourages me to disclose. I do it out of my own. And I feel all right by enclosing. This is part of awareness. Wie het 'n kondom? Wees jy lang, gee my. Do you have only one? I wanted to bring the other one. Come, let's perform. I want to see how you use them.
Step 1.
Yeah.
Let me say this is my penis.
Yeah.
When I push it, let me show you, I left it. It's just a little bit of space for my...
You just leave it there?
Yeah, for my sperms.
Okay.
Yeah, then I push it down, down, and down, and down, down. Then after that...
You have your sex?
Good sex.
I'm ashamed when she discloses about her HIV status, you know. I don't like it because it embarrasses me.
I thought it might hurt them, but hard luck. I'm infected, they're not infected, so they should not worry much.
You know, if I could know that I'm HIV positive, I could keep it to myself until to the grave.
I feel nothing wrong in disclosing, and I'm not going to listen to my dombi. I'm going to do what pleases me.
Come here, my friend.
Anybody who comes, it's a friend. Irrespective of how poor you are, you'll be a friend to my mother. Irrespective of how bad you are, you'll be a friend to my mother. But some years ago, my mother wouldn't just pick anybody and be a friend to her.
I'm quite comfortable with infected people more than negative people.
When she's with friends, the only thing she can do is drink.
If you're drinking alcohol, your chances of the HIV medicines failing are much bigger. And the reason is that the liver is breaking down the alcohol, but it also breaks down the medicines. So if the liver is working very hard, it will break down the drugs more quickly.
You know, when you say you're HIV, especially being a lady of her age, it's like you've been doing wrong things in your life. That's why you're HIV. So it gives the different picture to me as a daughter. Like, oh, I wonder, is the mother's HIV? What kind of a teaching is he teaching her child, you know?
I didn't ask to be HIV. I didn't go to my family and say, can I please be HIV? So I don't see the fun of going to them and ask them permission to disclose.
If people would ask me, why is your mother sick? I would say she has cancer. I don't mention the HIV thing. I'll tell her that, you know why you're sick? Because you've been drinking. And she'll promise me that I'll never do it again. My child, please help me.
But the doctor says I was nearly double on I'm going to dress warm, drink less cold beers, but I hate tea. I'm going to try, like, what can I drink to replace a beer? Nothing. Juice.
For your health's sake.
Yes, for my health's sake, you're right. My health comes first.
Yes.
The blue.
It seems like we're having somebody on the line. Let us just go straight to him. Joseph and hi.
Hi.
Yeah, what is your comment on the whole issue?
I don't know. I just want to ask a question. What if your boyfriend is having those symptoms, but you cannot bring up the subject with him?
Talk to him as your boyfriend. Ask him to go for, let's go for a test. Because definitely if he's got terrible signs, you might also be infected, but maybe not. I don't say you're infected, but it's always wise to go with him for a test.
Okay.
Ask him, don't fight, please.
Okay.
Just say, love, let's go for a test.
I understand the church, it's running away from the fact HIV thing. We have to know about it. We need to learn from it. And I understand she's been attending classes of HIV AIDS. So I wanted to just come and give a brief thing, you know. But please, Mommy, don't talk about condoms.
There's no ways there to teach people about HIV, AIDS, and we don't talk of condoms.
My pastor's gonna kill me.
Abstain?
Abstain, number one. Oh, this is the best. I like that one. Abstain. You know, if I could die of AIDS, would you tell people that I die of it?
Definitely. How will you feel if I tell them? But you won't be feeling, you'll be dead.
Because I'll be dead. Must very nice. Because everybody will be saying, it's Tommy's mother.
So I must be smart.
Oh, very, very. You must be smart.
Will you borrow me your hair?
I'll do something in your hair, don't worry.
Okay.
Are you fine, no? I don't want anything about you, you know? You must write a nice will for me. And another thing, please don't disclose.
How do I talk without disclosing?
Mommy, don't disclose. We know. Okay, we know because we pray for you every Sunday. Please don't. I'm begging you. We know.
All right, as said.
Please. Our churches, they teach us that God is a healer of all diseases, including HIV/AIDS. So now, you need to confess the right thing, that I'm healed. I'm healed, I'm healed. Say it, eat it, drink it. Because she will say, yes, I do believe that God's going to heal me. But the minute then you're going to go next door and say, people, I'm HIV positive. You're contradicting the statement that God's going to heal you.
My daughter said, she even reminded me this morning, Letansola, Mama, don't disclose. I'm disclosing, I'm HIV. Sorry, Tommy. It's just the way I feel. Every Sunday, we must spend something like half an hour. Talk about AIDS, educate the people, give out condoms to the public, to the taxi drivers, to the people, and talk about it. Pastor, I'd like you. I don't know how can I put it, that lust is there, Pastor. I understand you emphasizing on abstain. Pastor, and you've got mankom. That's why we've called it, that's why we've got what. Why does Pastor say, Skela Swara? It's a campi batu, Kalbisola Chase. Ah, Vulagila Masango!
My child say I mustn't disclose. I'm sorry, Tommy. People are Papa. I'm sorry, Tommy. I know you said I mustn't talk anything about condoms, but I have to.
But what's HIV without condoms?
But I told you so nice.
It had no meaning at
the meaning. The minute you speak of condoms, it's like you're promoting the whole thing. That guys, here are the new styles of condoms. Go use them.
I think the play is on. Everybody's playing. So if you play, that's what your mother says. Use these gloves. Yeah. Because without the gloves, you're going to bend your hands.
I don't think much was said, about HIV. Just that you had to listen to Pinky telling us stories.
As I say, HIV is on everybody's lips. It's like, sometimes it's a boring topic. So you must tackle it the way you want to. You can't just come and say, HIV, what. More or less, Pastor.
Like, you know what you wanted. If maybe somebody's infected. Then after that, what? What happens to you? The symptoms, everything,
All in all, it's not for the pastor, it's for the congregation. They listen to him. What do you think he knows? Why don't they listen to Pinky? Because Pinky is giving them what he knows.
But it was nice. It was nice.
Okay. Well, now you're coming back again to us, to your mom. Oh, it's good, sister.
As you were speaking there, I was praying and I said, please, God, help her to speak sense,
Your mom does always.
When you started crying, I said, I can see God now, you help here. Because that's what I wanted. I wanted you to cry because I know when you cry, you're not going to say a lot. Because
I asked Ntombi for forgiveness. I told her straight away that, sorry, I just have to disclose. And I disclosed.
I just told myself, anybody who comes in my life, definitely she will know or he will know about my mother's status of health, you know. I love you so much. You know, she made me strong in life.
And you can imagine if people have to say your mom is positive. She must feel a bit shy. It's like, it makes her uncomfortable. It degrades her, actually. But people have to understand. If you're positive, you're positive. Nobody talks the truth that my sister, my brother, my son, or my daughter died of AIDS. They always have an excuse like it's TB or it's pneumonia. As you can see, we're going to bury a baby again because of lack of information. People don't want to understand. I think there's not enough awareness. That's why people are dying. Our children are dying. Washing a patient for 3, 4, 5 months, then the person dies. At the end of the day, you don't want to disclose. I push myself in, and sometimes they push me away. It hurts. What we really need now is everybody must be involved. Everybody must pull up their socks. Let's discuss, eat, drink HIV and AIDS. Any funeral makes me think of my funeral. And I'll say, although I'm not so ready, but if it comes, it comes. I do think of my family, especially my poor husband. I just wonder what will he do without me. My kids are going to be very lonely. They won't get the love I give them from anybody, which is so normal. To lose a mother is not a child's play. I don't want to die. But when it comes, I must have saved several lives, if possible. I'm real tired, but I don't want to sleep. I'm going out, going to have fun with my friends. Jordan, how's your face?
I'm too much. How? Big Zozo.
Ishwin.
How? What you get so fast? The two load your shoulder and about to bat.
I want a red ribbon around my house the day I die. And in the evening, people won't see the red ribbon. So on the red ribbon, there must be red globes, which will go on right through the night. And that is going to make people aware that there is AIDS. And Pinky was really right all the time. All the years she used to talk about HIV/AIDS.